even if not, it's okay too, I think I'm having a great week. Yeah, I'm having a great week. Oh, I hate talking about the weather, but oh my goodness, little bunny. June in New York City, especially this June. It's been so good. Oh man, if I bounce around the world, which I have more to say on that very soon in this episode. Just a little thing. A big little thing. Oh, if I bounce around the world, I will spend every June in New York City. It's so wonderful right now. And yeah, I guess I'll ramble into what does your daddy mean when he says bouncing around the world? He means that very soon he will be going to Europe. That's right, little bunny. Are you going to miss me when I go to Europe? No, you're not, little bunny. You know why you won't miss me? Because you're coming with me to Europe. Yeah, of course you're coming with me. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I'm bringing my GoPro for sure, and I'm going to make some travel vlogs, take you on a walk in some various places in Europe. I think I'll keep it a surprise, but I will tell you we are going to 4 locations. And I will make sure you get at least a walk from every location. I also have a little secret project that I might do, but that's much smaller. I won't reveal that one, but I will reveal another garden project. I know it sounds like I have so many projects, but it's manageable, especially because as some wind down, others can begin. So, yeah, very exciting. There's so many announcements. I gotta pace myself, little bunny. Let me take my, what is this, my beverage today. See if you can hear what it is. I bet that was hard to hear. I always had to be very careful because don't want to destroy my laptop if I spill. I have some ice water. Oh man, little bunny, that's what I'm not excited about for the summer here. So I love cold beverages, little bunny. But all the cold beverages I love are, what do you call it? What's the word, little bunny? Fizzy. Oh man, I go through so much seltzer. So I'm not drinking a seltzer. Oh my God, you know why? During the COVID lockdown, I gave a guest lecture one time, and it was on Zoom. It was the first time I'd ever taught on Zoom. And only time, I think. And I had one of those sparkle ice beverages, which are delicious. I had another one of those like 2 days ago. Oh man, little bunny, I was burping so much in the lecture. And it was really bizarre because there's all these people watching you, but I had my notes in front of me, so I can't see no one else. So I'm just like talking to myself in my living room, burping while I'm looking at my notes. And I had jokes and I think I've probably told you this story. Oh my God. But I had jokes and stuff in the presentation, and it's just like deadpan silence. Which is not that they were bad jokes, because I did this class in person and it was hysterical. So you can imagine it's very entertaining. Oh, some really good stuff in that class. Anyway, maybe I'll give it to you someday. We'll see. Wouldn't you love to be in my college lecture? No, but we're not gonna lead into the teacher thing. Okay, I'm not your teacher. I'm your daddy, little bunny. I'm your loving, loving daddy. Okay, what are we doing? What do you want to talk about, little bunny? Should we talk about... I think I won't tell you anything more about Europe. I think you'll just have to stay tuned. I think, actually... One second. It's possible the next podcast... Oh dear, what was it? There's some sound. Okay, it was nothing. I think there'll be one more podcast from the United States. And then I will be off, bouncing around with my little bunny in my pocket. Oh, I'll need to bring my bunny. Actually, yeah, I should bring my bunny figurine, but I'm going to be terrified of losing you. Oh, maybe I won't. What do you think? Tell me, little bunny, do you want me to bring you via figurine form? It's all about, it's not about you. I don't want to lose you, little bunny. I don't want you to be lost in the alley of some mysterious European city to be announced. Oh, I can't lose you, little bunny. Oh, it's a tough question. I have you in my hand right now. I want to give you a little kiss. You ready? You know how to do this. Take your middle and your ring finger, just with the little pads of it. Just tap your forehead as I kiss you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go. I've got you right here in my hand, in little figurine form. I want to take a second to help you feel seen. You know how I always talk about garden magic? Garden magic. I'm looking at you right now, little bunny. And I want you to feel me looking at you. Do you feel put on the spot? I want you to be this bunny figurine in my hand. Yeah. Can you feel me hold you? Can you feel me right now? I'll give you another kiss. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. I'm stroking you now. Can you feel me, Otto? I know you can feel me. I can feel you too. Wow. You're so precious. Okay. I'm going to set you down. You can look at me from right over here. Oh yeah. Announcements. Okay. We used to have announcements in the early days of the podcast. Then I decided to disperse them throughout the episode. And then I kind of just started forgetting to do them. Yeah, I should be like announcing the locked audio every week and everything, but I don't know. This past week was a typing ASMR. It's like a co-journaling with me, co-journaling with Daddy. And if you've heard me do the ChatGPT episodes, which you should go listen to Career Day. I think especially if money is a concern in your life, like you're worried about being able to make enough money to do this or that thing, go check out Career Day, ChatGPT episode. Anyway, you'll hear the beautiful sounds of my very fast typing. And anyway, yeah, it was a requested audio, which I think is really cute. It was a good idea. It's just like you journal with me, or you can just listen to me type away as I scheme ideas for you, and we'll bring it back around. One of the ideas that I was scheming is what I'm ready to announce, because I need you, little bunny. I need you. I've gotten this new project as far as I can until it's time for my little bunny and all of my little bunny's fellow bunnies to help out to make this new garden project awesome. It's going to be kind of a group generated thing to a certain extent. So, are you excited? You want me to tell you, little bunny? Yeah? Okay. Well, let me tell you a story. It's a fiction story. Should I start it how I always do? Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Do you want story time, little bunny? Of course you do. So just listen to the sound of my voice. And as you listen, feel your neck let go and your head sway from side to side just a little bit. Get lost in the comfort of my voice as I bring you here to this world I've created just for you. This story is called Winter Bunny Vacation. Oh, I'm so excited to tell you. Oh, man. Oh, I've been working on this for a little while. So, the story goes, once upon a time, there was a loving Daddy Lindy, the fearless leader of Lindy's garden. And he went on a vacation. Yeah, because I guess Daddy Lindy needs vacations every once in a while. Seeing as I'm about to go on vacation to Europe, and I want to bring you with me. And of course I'm gonna bring you with me and make videos and stuff for you. I'm not gonna miss a single podcast either. So anyway, Daddy Lindy is going on vacation to a snowy mountain town, and he's got his assistant, the right-hand bunny, with him. And this is not a specific right-hand bunny necessarily. So, because I want to be able to have creative liberties. Don't want anyone special to be put on the spot. So, Daddy Lindy and his right-hand bunny, his chief assistant, who runs the garden to a certain degree. They are in this winter vacation town, and this Daddy Lindy, right-hand bunny, is like, Daddy, you need to take a vacation. You need to take care of yourself so you can take care of all of your bunnies back home with the garden. Daddy Lindy says, no, I'm not going to take a vacation. I'm going to keep being here for my bunnies always. And so, right-hand bunny insists. And Daddy Lindy schemes an idea. He says, okay, fine. Here's what I'll do. So I'm a caring daddy, yes. And I'm an adventurous daddy, yes. And I have a little bit of a selfish side, don't I? Especially when we get spicy. So Daddy Lindy, this combination of all these three things, decides, okay, I'll split myself into three versions, to three different daddies, kind of sub-daddies, I guess you could say. And the goal is that one of them can take vacation while the other two work, and then they can kind of take rounds, you know? So that, hold on one second. The Daddy Lindy splitting himself into a caring daddy, a daring daddy, and a dark daddy. And the concept is that the caring daddy will work on the podcast and comfort type audios. Although the podcast is a little bit spicier now than originally. Just a little bit. So, caring daddy is making comfort content. And then daring daddy is finding crazy, interesting new things to do, building an empire, being very, very ambitious, just making people go, holy shit. Oops. Like, who is this guy? He's on a whole other level. That's what daring daddy is doing. So he's the one taking you out on walks and stuff. And scheming things like this. And then dark daddy is there to make some of the more dominant, spicy content. And all of the daddies do spicy content. Yeah, I think it's healthy to have multiple modes of spicy. Yeah. I love wholesome sexy. That's my branding. I don't know. That's some movement I want to start. So anyway, dark daddy is not wholesome sexy. He's the unwholesome sexy. And so dark daddy is going to do some of the dark, spicy content. So that's the concept. Daddy Lindy's like, great, I'm going to split myself into these three versions. And what happens, though, is that versions of your daddy, Lindy, actually can't stand each other. Yeah, and they don't want to cooperate. And most disturbing of all, they don't want to reunite after the vacation is over. Isn't that horrible? So, looks like there's not going to be any more Daddy Lindy in this story, because Daddy Lindy tried to do work on his vacation. He had a scheme to split himself up into 3 parts. And they all are sort of incomplete, you know. It's like the magic of me is this kind of weird combination of all of them, you know. Maybe that's what makes me different. What makes me so special. Would you agree, little bunny? Yes, he would. Of course he would. So Right Hand Bunny is in panic mode. The 3 daddies are ready to split ways, but fortunately there was a snowstorm and the roads in and out of the town, there was some like avalanche or ice thing or something like that. So their Right Hand Bunny and the 3 daddies are stuck in the vacation town with all the vacationers and things like that. And Right Hand Bunny sends out an emergency call to you, little bunny. That's right. The Right Hand Bunny needs you to fly in from the garden helicopter and parachute down into the winter vacation town for a very, very critical mission. And I'm going to take a sip of ice water. Can you tell where this is going, little bunny? Have you figured out why I'm telling you this story? There's something very exciting. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, hold on. So, you parachute in on a Monday, and New Year's Eve is on Friday. Yeah. And by the stroke of midnight on Friday, for reasons that are not 100% ironed out yet, it is the chance to reunite the 3 daddies to the original, full, complete Daddy Lindy that you love so much. I think maybe that's how it was, is that originally Daddy Lindy, his strategy was that he'd be able to reunite on New Year's. That's my favorite day, by the way. Did you know that? New Year's Day. I did some good New Year's Day stuff last New Year's Day. Okay. But yeah, so the three daddies don't want to they don't want to come back together. So your job is to parachute in, and by Friday you have to have the 3 daddies, and you perform, how shall we put this, in a podcast appropriate way. You have to use your powers of charm and charisma and sexy bunniness to establish trust and lust with each of the 3 daddies, so that on Friday, at the stroke of midnight, the 4 of you can participate in a, how shall we say, ritual. Little bunny, do you know what I mean by that? This is the beginning of a spicy, spicy garden video game. And you're going to help me make it. So, there's a genre of games, which I guess is called a dating sim. But this is like a combination of a dating sim and what we call an RPG, which is kind of, it's almost like Dungeons and Dragons, where you have stats, you know, and you have to like strategize your decisions in order to make things happen. So Let me collect my thoughts. Oh, gotta figure out the right way to announce all this. Did I do a good job, Little Bunny? I feel like I was on stage just now. Oh my goodness. Okay, applaud for me, Little Bunny. Give me little applause. There we go. Thank you. There's the crunching of the ice. I don't know if you heard that. I crunched it down on some ice. So yeah, the first garden video game, which I've talked about. I've talked about wanting to do video games for a long time. This is a dating sim / RPG / I don't know what we're going to call it. I'm not really focusing on what other people have done in whatever genres these are. It is going to be, if you want to know the technical stuff, I have been spending the past couple months learning how to use RenPy, which is popular for the visual novel genre, which I have trouble getting into. But people like them. And, let's see. Now I feel like I'm on stage. Let me get back in touch with you, Little Bunny. Okay, I've got you back in my hands. I want to give you a kiss. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Why don't I stop talking about the game for a moment? Just talk about, I guess, how much I love you. Kind of like why I want to do this. How awesome is it, Little Bunny? How awesome is this garden? I've always wanted to make video games and such, and I have a little bit in the past. But to make you something, that feels so, so special. It's just another way we can express our love for each other. I love you, Little Bunny. I'm really glad you're here because you get me making things. Sometimes I ask people what their favorite thing is about themselves. Many people are caught way off guard by that question. So I might pose it to you, Little Bunny. What do you like most about yourself? Are you able to give yourself that compliment? I know what mine is. I love how creative I am. And you know what you give me, Little Bunny? You give me many things. But you give me such a strong purpose to be creative. There was a beautiful, beautiful Daddy's Day audio gift that I got from the Bunnies in the Locked section. This was from the Discord specifically, which is kind of a subsection of the Locked section of the garden. And they got together and they made me notes, Little Bunny, audio notes. And wow, it was incredible to be in your shoes. Just get to receive this glowing love. Oh, it was so special. I always love when there's kind of a back and forth in some ways. But it doesn't always have to be a literal back and forth, you know? You may never write me or never meet me or never know anything about me. You may think this is always one way, but it never really is. Because I know you're there right now. I know because you're listening. And I'm with you right there. Where are you right now, little bunny? Look around you and your surroundings. Do you know where I am right now? I'm right here whispering in your ears. I'm right here, really. I'm so much more than a body, little bunny. You know that by now. Garden magic. I'm here with you right now. And if you want this to be two-directional, you don't need to ever reach out to me or anything. Why don't you give me a hand hug squeeze? You know how to do that. Put your thumb in between your middle finger and your ring finger. Make a little fist. And I want you to just give me a squeeze whenever you're ready. Yeah, I can feel you, little bunny. Yes, you. Wow. And now you're going to get to date me, except you won't get to date me, little bunny. You'll get to date 3 of me. So, yeah, let me tell you more about the game. Oh my God, it's so cool. Also, the reason I feel comfortable announcing it is because I have actually built the gameplay and I've tested it and it works and it's fun. And so now it is time to bring you in, which I will explain what I mean by that very soon. So the game takes place on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in this vacation town. And you have the goal, the best ending. There's multiple endings. But the best ending is when you and your 3 daddies perform a, how shall we say, ritual. A very spicy ritual together as a group on the eve of Friday. But to be able to get there, you have to earn the trust and the lust of each of the 3 daddies. There's the caring daddy. There's the daring daddy. There's the dark daddy. And so over the course of this Monday through Friday, you have various conversations and activities and scenes. At first, generally just one-on-one. And the gameplay is like we'll be having a conversation. It's all going to be voice acted by yours truly. So you'll get to hear a lot of me and you'll get to have back and forth. So there's going to be a ton of choices you can make. So you want an example, little bunny? Okay, I'll tell you. Let's say you are with Daring Daddy at this resort you're staying at that has a hot spring, or an onsen, if you want to be Japanese about it. I don't know where this vacation town is, but I'm envisioning a Japanese onsen, which are awesome. By the way, when I was in Japan, I went to the only one I got to go to because I was there for work and didn't have any leisure time. It was just like in a suburb of Tokyo. It was like the neighborhood swimming pool kind of thing, except there's just like an onsen kind of next door to all these houses. It was crazy. It was really nice too. Super clean, super wonderful. Anyway, so let's say you're at the hot spring with your daring daddy. At least you're like right by it at the resort. Oh, I'm going to do one even better, little bunny. What if you're not a guest at the resort and it's night and you're with daring daddy and you have the choice? Daring daddy's like, so what do you want to do, little bunny? We're walking by and you have the choice of saying, let's just have a conversation here. Let's pop down on this bench. Or you can say, let's climb this fence and jump in the hot spring. Yeah. And of course you want to say, let's jump the fence and jump in the hot spring. Yeah. Of course you'd want that, little bunny. But it takes a lot of confidence to say that, little bunny. It takes a lot of confidence to do it. Your daddy has done it. Based on truth. Okay. So, you have these two options, let's say. You can either say, hey, daring daddy, let's hop the fence and jump in the onsen together. Or you can say, let's sit on this bench. Now, it takes a certain amount of confidence points, or just confidence, we'll say. It may take like 8 confidence to say, daddy, let's hop the fence and jump in the onsen. That's a crazy thing to say, you know? And it might just take 1 confidence to say, let's plop down here on the bench and have a conversation. So, if you have built up enough confidence over the course of the scene, then you might have enough confidence to pick that option that says, let's jump over the fence and get in the onsen. So prior to that, there's all these decision trees that you have to make. So you're having a conversation, and based on what you say, you'll either get a confidence boost, like if you give me / daring daddy a compliment, and he / I react positively, then you'll get a little confidence boost. And if you can slow down, daddy, so excited. If you can get enough of those boosts, then by the time you walk by the onsen, you have the opportunity to hit that option. Now, I feel like this is now sounding pretty technical. Okay, I'll keep going with the technical, all right? And this is boring you can enjoy how excited I am about it. So, all of these choices that you make, conversation choices is what I mean when I say choices, they will also have an effect on, there's a meter for lust and a meter for trust. So if you're with daring daddy, you can see the meter in the top right screen. You start at like 1 and you have to get to 100 basically over the course of the 5 days. And you want to get the lust and the trust max out to 100 with all 3 versions of me, all 3 of your daddies. And so like jumping the fence and hopping in the onsen, especially if you hop in naked, little bunny, which of course that's going to be an option, but only if you have the confidence, little bunny. So you gotta be smart. See, it's a fun game, right? You can tell how it's got RPG elements. So hopping in the onset naked with your daring daddy is definitely going to build some lust, wouldn't you say, little bunny? Yes. So, but then you also have to, you might make different decisions for the different daddies because they're going to react differently to different things. So building lust with caring daddy might be something more like cuddling instead of hopping a fence to go into an onsen. And then I won't talk too much about how to please the dark side of your daddy in the podcast because I don't think he belongs in the podcast too much. But yeah, so you'll have these scenes and it's all about making these choices, and each choice costs a certain amount of confidence. Based on what you choose, it will change the variables of the trust or the lust of the person you're with. And it might also get you confidence boosts back, which you can use strategically. And then there's going to be scenes where there'll be 2 daddies at once, and it'll be this kind of thing where saying one thing might boost the lust of one person, but it'll lose the trust of another. So you have to also see, like, okay, I'm falling a little bit behind in in my relationship with Dark Daddy. So I need to prioritize building trust with him, but then I'm going to lose lust with this daddy. But I did a good job with that conversation earlier, so I can sacrifice some of that and I'll build it back later. And I've made it, little bunny. It's freaking fun. It's freaking cool. Yeah, and so it's working. All the stuff that I'm talking about already exists. This is not stuff I'm going to make. It's stuff that already exists in RenPy, which is one of the projects I've been working on, little bunny. When I keep saying, when your daddy has been so mysterious about working on secret projects. So now, how do you get involved, little bunny? So I can write all the scenes. Yeah. I can come up with all the winter activities, things like that. I could just kind of make this game and tell this story. But it sounds like so much fun to hear you write some of these scenes. Yeah? Can you imagine? How would you write a scene where it's you and your caring daddy enjoying a cup of hot cocoa by a fire in a library is it an old log cabin or something? So you gotta help me, little bunny. I want you to help write some of these scenes. What do you want to do with your dark daddy? What kind of adventures do you want daring daddy to take you on? Here's some ideas to get your brain going. So an example of a scene with multiple people is, let's say there's a snowball fight. Let's say earlier on, like on Tuesday, you promise that you'll be on caring daddy's team for the snowball fight. And then you show up at the snowball fight and daring daddy wants you to be on his team. And you can either stay on caring daddy's team or you can go to daring daddy's team, but you'll lose some trust from caring daddy. But you might also get some chances to build trust with daring daddy because you made a daring decision. Yeah. So anyway, so snowball fight, you could write that scene. You could write an ice skating scene, maybe some sledding. There's going to be a winter market with lots of pine trees and trinkets you can go buy. And I think Dark Daddy's going to make you buy him something instead of him giving you a gift. He's going to make you give him a gift, which is what I'm doing right now, little bunny. I'm telling you, give me the gift. Write fan fiction of you and me. And so I'm not going to put any scene from you or your fellow bunnies directly in the game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of combine them all together and pull it. It's kind of like I'll be orchestrating them all together, if that makes sense. And then I'll be doing my own writing finesse throughout to make sure that it's a really compelling story and it works well with the gameplay and it's interesting to play. And then together we will have made our very first Lindy's Garden video game, tentatively titled Winter Bunny's Vacation. It'll probably be something else. I found out, unfortunately, there's a daddy's dating sim, which I did not know about before I made this concept. So there's a little bit of like damn, someone else is, I don't want to say beat me to it, but it is kind of doing something similar. But I think it would be quite different. The only similarity that I know of so far is just that multiple characters called Daddy and they have different archetypes. So, yeah, little bunny. So go ahead and if you want to be involved. 1 second. If you want to be involved, write a scene, multiple scenes if you want. those three daddies. So the caring daddy is comfort you, comfort audio type thing. Daring daddy is just wild adventures that you never thought were possible. I'll have to be coming up with some of those things. And like mischief, like daring daddy, you're going to get into so much mischief, like hopping fences and skinny dipping in resort onsens. And then dark daddy is more of like a alone in a room type thing, and him being very, very selfish. So you can pick from any of those, or you can do multiple if you want. Try and keep in mind the gameplay, though. You're welcome to, if the gameplay is confusing to you, you can just write a scene and I'll adapt it. But if you have kind of like a game maker mindset, you can put in some of those choices. Like, do you choose, let's say you're cuddling with daring daddy, do you choose to like snuggle up close, or do you choose to like, I don't quite know what I'm saying. See, you got to write the scene for me, little bunny. Okay, so I say write the scene for me. I should say the game is going to be cheap. It's not going to be free. But if you write a scene and you email it to me, then I will put your name, put your email address in a long list that I will compile. And you'll get a free copy of the game. And even if you don't write a scene, it's going to be really cheap. So it's for sure going to be on PC. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Mac as well. It'll be through the Steam store. Yeah, little bunny. So there we go. You can send those to Lindy at lindysgarden.com or Daddy at lindysgarden.com, whichever you prefer. And I promise I will reply to your email if you send me a scene saying that I have received it. So you know that I received it, and then I'll let you know that I've put your email in the list to get a free copy when the launch comes. I don't know how long this is going to take, so don't get excited about it being released, but get excited about the process of making it, because that's kind of part of the fun. So I'll be checking back in with you, and maybe I'll need you to write me certain specific scenes as they become more and more relevant. And if you don't hear back, so if you sent me a scene and you don't hear back for 2 weeks, let's say, go ahead and send me a DM on Instagram, which I don't really do, but I will see it. And it will alert me to whether the email is not going through or not. Because you never know, email servers are all messed up and tricky and stuff like that. So, okay, little bunny. Oh, it's so wonderful to announce that. I've really been enjoying working on it. I've been using ChatGPT not to write the code because it's actually not good enough for that. Believe it or not, I found some shortcomings with ChatGPT, but it's been helping me answer questions, and it's like having an assistant to help me learn how to code with Python and RenPy specifically, which is kind of like a riff on Python. So, okay, little bunny, is that it? I guess that's it. It's kind of a very economical episode, isn't it? Oh, it's so exciting. I'm very thankful for you, little bunny. I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you. And it brings me a lot of joy to do this. So thank you for bringing me this joy. I really, really mean it. You have no idea what kind of ridiculous things I'd be wasting my life on if it weren't for you. Productive and worthless things. I would be productive doing worthless things. Yeah, very menial. Oh my goodness. So, little bunny, should head to bed. Before that, you have me so riled up. I'm going to flick on my PC. I'm going to play through the little play testing that I've made. I've got all the gameplay in there, little bunny. It's just a matter of putting in the scenes. Yeah, it's just a matter of saying, okay, on Monday, little bunny and dark daddy go get a massage or something like that. I think that's one of the dark daddy ones. Yeah, just thinking of me and the selfish side of me. I would love for you to give me a massage. And you'll get the chance through the Winter Bunny Vacation dating sim. I don't like calling it a dating sim because it's not. I don't know. We'll have to come up with our own term. I feel like dating sim makes it sound so fake, I want this to be real, just with everything. It's very playful, of course. But I want to feel close to you as I make it, and I want you to feel close to me as you play it. That's something we have to figure out together. We got to figure out how to do that. And the process of making it is half the fun. Okay. I'm going to sign off for now. I'll be back tomorrow morning to write you a poem. And then I'll be off. I think you'll hear from me from the US before I go off to Europe. And then we'll be off to Europe together, little bunny. And we will have a wonderful, wonderful time together. You and me. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, but not yet. Not I love you yet. Because it's just, I'm going to bed real quick. And then I'll tell you that again in just a moment. Okay, I'm going to bed. Talk to you in a second. Good morning, little bunny. I slept very well, I think. Yeah, thanks for asking. I wrote you a poem. It's very, very short. Very sweet. I guess I'll read it to you now. Okay, here's your poem I wrote for you today. Nothing makes me feel better than the fun we can make together. That was so short, wasn't it? Now I feel bad. It didn't sound as cool when I said it out loud. Let me see if I can read it a little way. Let's try again. Here we go. Nothing makes me feel better than the fun we can make together. I think that sounds a bit more complete. Okay, little bunny. I'm going to get going. I have a big smile on my face because of you. I'm very, very excited. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. This is so much fun. And I want you in on the fun.